We're joined now by Dr. Ofer Levy. He is director of the Precision Vaccines Program at Boston Children's Hospital. Also, he is a voting member of the FDA Advisory Committee that made the vote on Friday. Dr. Levy, fantastic to have you back on. How did you vote?
Always a pleasure. Good morning to you and your viewers. I voted along with the other members of the committee. On the first vote, they posed a question to the advisory committee about whether we would endorse a third booster dose of the Pfizer mRNA vaccine for everyone 16 years of age and up. That question received a majority of no as votes, I think around a margin of 17 no to 4 yes. And then the question got rephrased. We partnered with FDA to rephrase the question for 65 years of age and up and other individuals at risk for severe COVID. And that passed overwhelmingly as a yes.
And, you know, there were, of course, some people that thought that that was the wrong decision. Why right now are, for the most of Americans who are at lower risk group under the age of 65, don't have some kind of serious comorbidity? Why is that the right decision now, doctor?
As we make these decisions, look, the fact is that vaccines you're giving to healthy people. So safety has to come first. And there simply wasn't a lot of safety data presented to us by the sponsor, in this case Pfizer, for the younger age groups, particularly in populations here in the United States. We anticipate, as more data come available in the coming weeks and months, that this question about third booster doses for the Pfizer mRNA will be revisited by FDA as more data comes. And it's quite possible, I don't want to prejudge it, we take the data as they come, but it's quite possible in the coming weeks and months there will be votes to expand third booster doses to younger and younger age groups.
Yeah, and I want to switch gears too, because listen, doctor, we know from a CDC survey a few months ago, the American public widely and wildly tends to overstate the risk of hospitalizations from COVID. Something like 40% said you're going to go to the hospital. The answer is about 2%. We are seeing some breakthrough data. Your state, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, by the way, great job to them for actually giving us in the media clear data on breakthrough cases. Sadly, 823 hospitalizations among vaccinated individuals, but that is still 0.02% of the vaccinated populations. Where do you stand in hospitalizations now? I know you're more on the children's side, so hopefully it's very low. And what can you tell us about the state of sort of risk we're in right now?
Thank you for that. And I think that it's important, in my opinion, to reframe this question a little bit. The main goal of the vaccines against COVID was really to reduce the most dreaded complications, namely hospitalization, transfer to an intensive care unit, and God forbid, death. And the vaccines all maintain excellent efficacy against those most dreaded endpoints. When we say breakthrough infection, really, it may be an unrealistic metric because these vaccines were never really billed or expected to 100% prevent the risk that you could get a mild or moderate infection. So these vaccines are safe and effective and continue to do that.